Jones, an impressive young fighter out of Philadelphia, 9-0 with 7 knockouts. There you get a look at the 20-year-old. He'll be wearing the black and gold, and it is truly hammer time when he steps into the ring.
And he benefits from the early knockout. That's how it becomes hammer time for him tonight, the knockout by Thornton.
And let's take a look at the tail of the tape. As you see his opponent, Walter Green. Jones 2 inches taller. Green a half pound heavier, 150 to 149.5. The reach for Jones by 4 inches. And Father Time on the side of Jones, only 20 years of age. Green is at 27. Those are the numbers for tonight's bout. And our ring announcer, Ed Darien, is standing by with the introductions.
Sports Screen continues with this evening's scheduled 6-round welterweight bout. Referee is Randy Newman. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He weighed in at 149.5 pounds. This fella is undefeated in 9 professional bouts with 7 knockouts. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, here's William the Hammer Jones. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the blue trim. He weighed in at an even 150 pounds. He has 6 wins, 4 losses with 3 knockouts. From Washington, D.C., boxing fans, here is Walter Mad Dog Green.
Hey, gentlemen, I know you both need 2 things. Number 1, defend yourselves at all times. Number 2, obey my commands. I'll shake hands and come out of the bell.
So we are set to go for hammer time. William the Hammer Jones, we have seen him several times here on Sports Channel America. Earlier this year, we saw him a bit frustrated in one of his fights that did go 6 rounds. One of the 2 fights in his career that did not end in a knockout. Green 6-4 with 3 knockouts. We start round number 1. Jones with the big, long right hand. And he is explosive.
He's been able to end fights suddenly.
Jones can end things quickly. He's got numerous first-round knockouts as well.
See right away the immediate hand speed, the edge he displays in that category. Gets his opponent moving backward.
Jones with 5 first-round knockouts, so he ends him in a hurry.
And he's got that intangible benefit of reach, and you see the left hand. Just a reaction by Green to it, and then he's in position to get hit by another punch.
The one time we saw him frustrated was against veteran Mike Brown right here on Sports Channel America. That was a 6-round affair.
He's getting to the point in his career where those fights are going to mean something to him. He needs those kind of opponents to frustrate him and test his discipline.
Scheduled for 6. This is round 1. Jones in the black, Green in the white.
Jones going upstairs and downstairs with the left hand and right hand coming behind it. And he's totally fearless, walking through his opposition.
When you throw as many punches as he does, you don't have to worry about getting hit. Just past the midway point of round number 1. We'll have to see how much Walter Green wants to stay in the ring tonight.
He's been frozen so far by the speed of Jones. He's been so defensive-minded reacting that he hasn't been able to get into any kind of an offensive thinking pattern.
And that's one thing about Jones I think that is underrated. He will have no problem digging to his opponent's body, hitting the ribs, and causing pain that way. He's got Bobby Watts in his corner, so he gets good advice. Jones at 9-0 with 7 knockouts. And you see some of that body work there by Jones. See him hook to the body as well. Look at that.
A lot of offensive weapons and not much in front of him right now in the person of Green.
Final 20 seconds of round 1. William the Hammer Jones in the black, Walter Green in the white. This one's scheduled for 6. These fighters are welterweights. Good round for the Hammer. come to the end of round number 1. Back with round 2 after this timeout.
What speed will do. Watch how Jones just freezes Green with the jab and all kinds of hand speed in that opening round.
And that was in slow motion, and it was still quick. We start round number 2. William the Hammer Jones in the black, Walter Green in the white. In between rounds, Jones' corner told him, Bobby Boogaloo Watts, try to get inside a little bit more. You're a little wide with your punches. Let's look for accuracy, not quantity.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that they can say about him after 1 round. He's on a pretty good course in this fight. Showing good heart, good offensive abilities. And really, Green, no sense of how to fight offensively.
Another hook to the body by Jones. How much longer does Jones continue to fight guys that he can knock out?
That's got to stop pretty soon. This is his 10th pro fight. And when you start getting between the 10 and 15 categories, you can't hide anymore.
It looks like he's got his 8th knockout on the way. Throwing some good shots to the head of Green and the body. He's been very successful going to the body.
So far, the only threat they've put in front of Jones is a survivor type who might extend him and test his discipline. And those fights are good. But pretty soon, within his next 5 fights, he's got to go up against somebody dangerous, somebody who represents a possible loss for him.
With the economics of boxing, though, can you afford to have your guy have a loss along the way?
Unfortunately, that does work against a lot of fighters, but the good manager will tell you it's not that bad a thing. 1 loss on the way up.
Jones with a good combination. Body shot. I don't know if Green has landed any punches here in round 2 of note.
Well, just Green has no clue. He's outclassed. He's only got 3 knockouts in the 10 fights, so he's not going to get the miracle answer. And he doesn't have the boxing skills to offset the assets Jones has.
You know, in between rounds 1 and 2, his corner said, you got to get moving. He said, I'm trying. Just being outclassed by Jones. We hit the final seconds of round number 2. Scheduled for 6. The question is, will it go that far? Regional break. It is truly hammer time for William the Hammer Jones as we come to the end of round 2. And as the bell sounds to start round number 3, the bell tolls on Walter Green.
And it tolled on him just in time. It was the last exchange between Green and his cornerman that prompted the fight to be stopped. He told referee Randy Newman he wanted to go on, but he had a look of resignation on his face. It seemed like pride would be his biggest enemy, and it would have been if he came out for the 3rd. It could have been disastrous. You know, a fighter doesn't want to just quit on a stool and maybe feels that it'll look bad, but in this case, the matchup was not destined to be competitive from here on out.
Well, it was basically a sparring session, and Walter Green was the punching bag for William the Hammer Jones. Now let's show you exactly what happened in between the rounds, and you'll hear referee Randy Newman come in and ask the key questions before Green calls it quits. Let's listen in.
I've been down there with you.
Hold his nose together there. Clamp the nose together and try to stop that bleeding.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on. Okay.
You do better than that now. I'm going to stop the fight, man. You'll do it better than that.
You want to keep fighting?
Huh? You do it better than that.
You want to keep fighting?
Yeah. Huh? Now, hold on. You do it better than that.
Hold that together. Clamp it tight.
Hold. Don't stop the fight, man. You don't do no better than that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Let me see, no. Huh? Huh? Let's see.
So there you see what happened, and at that point, the Green corner just said, that is it.
Well, he passed the Newman test, and it would have gone on, but then there was something he said that enabled the corner to pick up that he wasn't really anxious to go out there in round 3. They picked it up and wisely stopped it.
So William the Hammer Jones now 10-0 with 8 knockouts in a glorified sparring session. Stops Walter Green here with the official time of the stoppage. Our ring announcer, Ed Darian.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the advice of physician Dr. Earl C. Shaw, referee Randy Newman stops this bout at the end of the second round. And the winner by a TKO is still undefeated, William the Hammer Jones.
Well, being entirely accurate, it was the corner.
So William the Hammer Jones, second round TKO, his 8th knockout in 10 wins. He comes up with the victory, and let's take a look at some of what happened in this fight. William the Hammer Jones just pounding away at Walter Green, and that's how it ends. We'll be back with more from Atlantic City after this timeout. Welcome back to Atlantic City, New Jersey. Bob Papa along with Dave Bontempo. Glad you can join us here on this week's edition of the Pro Boxing Tour on Sports Channel America. Dave Bontempo is standing by with William the Hammer Jones. Dave?
And it was hammer time. William, did you feel you've had some maybe tougher exercises in the gym than what you got tonight?
Well, he was tough, man. I was hitting him with everything I had, and he kept on coming back, so I said, figuring later, he gonna get you.
Were you surprised they did stop it just before the round began?
I thought they were gonna stop it at that round, but they waited until the end of the round, I guess. I thought they were gonna stop it then, but they didn't.
It seemed like you established yourself from outside with the reach and with the powerful right hand. You had him confused.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to use my jab more and, you know, land the right hand cleanly.
What do you think you learn out of a fight like this in which you dominate?
I learned how to move and keep my hands up, because I noticed he was throwing punches after I finished throwing my combinations, so I was learning to keep my hands up when I finished.
Do you feel you're ready for more seasoned veterans, people who will take you some higher rounds?
Well, I'm just going to take it one step at a time. Sooner or later, it'll be my time, and then I'll shine.
Let's ask that question quickly to Bobby Boogaloo Watts. Do you feel he's ready for that major jump?
Oh, well, he's still a young kid, and, you know, there's a lot more that he got to learn. So his opponent that he fought, he was a good competitive opponent. So, you know, I'm not in no rush. I'm just taking one step at a time.
What do you see him, what you want him to work on more?
Oh, well, just like, for instance, like the kid, you know, he was more or less like a really good survivor. So I just tell him, continue on doing what he was doing, and eventually they would, you know, come and stop the fight.
Okay, the advice from one fighter to another. Now we'll take it back to Bob Papa.
All right, thank you very much, Dave Bontempo. William the Hammer Jones comes up with a win. Tony Thornton is also a winner. We now pause for a regional break. To this. Welcome back to Atlantic City. Bob Papa along with Dave Bontempo. 4 rounds of light heavyweight action. Sean Hart against Joseph Spears. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for this one. And you take